frequency para mag-pump. Kasi kung wala siyang frequency, hindi ka mag-pump. So ano ba yung ano sa ating pumper? What the frequency?
Okay, emergency handling.
Kasi frequency, 240. Or tayo lang.
So, commonly, tawag doon. So, this presentation is made by John Paul Onsay, my previous automotive student last year. So, our topic for today is all about emergency handling. So, when we say emergency, an emergency is a situation or event that places your health or life in danger and requires immediate action or medical attention to prevent physical harm or hospitalization. So nowadays, commonly, there are so many accidents happening on the road. Commonly, we can consider some situations na emergency if there is a casualties. Especially kapag nagkaroon ng banggaan, collision, pagka nagkaroon ng damages between properties. So, emergency situations, we can consider the following emergency. Una, yung tinatawag nating tire blowout. Ano? So, nakikita po ba yung presentation? Lumilipat? Hindi.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, tire blowout una. Pangalawa, if you experience overheating while you are driving. Number 3, loss of brake or brake fade. Nawala ng preno. And then number 4, tire skid, dumulas. And then this is the worst kapag biglang lumiab yung sakyan, fire. And then also worst kapag nagkaroon ng rollover, yung nagpaikot-ikot yung sasakyan while driving. As you can see, those emergency situations are interconnected. So, syempre, limbawa, sobrang bilis ka nagpapatakbo, nasabugan ka ng gulong, tapos nawala ng preno, dudulas, iikot-ikot, tapos tumigil, sumabog. Pwedeng mangyari lahat yan. Pero in some situations naman, so isa lang yung nangyayari. Pero we can consider that as emergency situations. Una, tire blowout. So, ano bang dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng tire blowouts? So, many blowouts are caused by underinflated tires. So, halimbawa, malambot yung gulong o kaya naman overloading. When the air pressure in a tire is too low, the tire may flex beyond its limits, overheats and cause the rubber to lose its bond to the tire's internal fabric and steel cord.
Sir, excuse po. Sir, di sir nalipat.
Hindi na nalipat.
Magkasama yung dalawang
Yeah, okay na po.
Tapos, kailangan
Ayan,
ibatin niya
tire blowout.
yung
Okay na po.
Ayan, see. So, tire blowouts happen more frequently when you're driving on the interstate or traveling at higher speed. Commonly, na-experience natin kapag long travel. So, there's less of a coherence in stop and go driving because the tire is turning slowly and not building up as much as heat. Although it is possible to experience a blowout at lower speed. So, syempre, pag manipis na ang gulong, automatic, minsan ay pa-flat pa rin tayo. Okay, next slide. Is it visible? If you experience a blowout, the following steps from defensivedriving.com can help you keep control of your vehicle. Okay po, lumipat po ba yung slide?
Yes sir.
Okay, number 1. So, ano yung gagawin kapag naplatan? Una, syempre, always you should be on your state of mind. First, stay calm. Number 2, don't step on the brake. Bakit? This will cause your wheels to lock you up and will lead to a total loss of control. Okay?
Sir, hindi ata lumipat sir.
Hindi lumipat. Yan. Yan po. Number 3, is it visible? Accelerate slightly and steer as straight as possible.
Okay, sir.
Number 4, begin to slow down by gently removing your foot from the accelerator. So meaning, pag naplatan kayo, huwag kayong pepreno. Dahan-dahan, itaas ang paa sa accelerator pedal para slowly mag-slow down yung inyong takbo. Begin to slow down by gently removing your foot from the accelerator. Number 5, turn on your emergency lights. And number 6, steer towards the right hand lane and pull over when it's safe. Number 7, change the tire if you know how to and have room to do so safely. Call a towing company if you have any doubts, or you can ask assistance kapag merong malapit na vulcanizing shop. Okay, next we have overheating. So what will you do if you experience overheating? So ano ba yung common reasons ba't nag-overheat ang sakyan? So syempre there are several reasons, meaning pag nag-overheat ang sakyan, failure of automotive cooling system. When we say automotive cooling systems, what are they? So we are pertaining to radiator fan, broken water pump, clogged coolant hose, or any cooling system components failure. Pero hindi naman definite na pag nag-fail yung isa, overheat agad. So ibig sabihin, may nag-trigger na mas maano. So commonly kapag failed yung radiator fan, hindi na naayos yung radiator, walang tubig, naubusan, So engines can overheat for many reasons. In general, it's because something's wrong within the cooling system and heat isn't able to escape the engine compartment. So ang reason ay natatrap yung init kaya nagkakaroon ng overheat. So the source of the issue could include a cooling system leak. Number 2, faulty radiator fan. Number 3, broken water pump or clogged coolant hose. Okay po. So, what are the signs that your engine is overheating? Una, if you can see a steam which can look like smoke. So, pag may nalabas na usok sa inyong hood, coming from under your car hood. Number 2, an engine temperature gauge on your dashboard spikes to H or high or into the red. So mapapansin mo tumataas ang temperatura ng iyong sakyan. Engine temperature gauge symbols vary, so consult your owner's manual. Number 3, a strange smell coming from the engine area. So merong kakaibang amoy na nanggagaling sa makina. For example, leaking coolant can smell sweet, while leaking oil might smell more burnt. Okay po?
Yes, sir.
Next. Baka hindi na ulit nag-slide. I-exit ko muna. So, what will you do if your car overheats? Una, syempre, pull over to a safe location. Tatabi kayo. And turn off the engine. Papatay ng makina. Do not open the hood until the car has completely cooled or temperature gauge has moved from hot to cold. Syempre, sobrang init din ang hood nun. So, ngayon pa binubuhusan na ng tubig para mabuksan. Number 3, check the coolant. Also called the antifreeze level in the radiator. Check lang hindi bubuksan agad. So, look in the owner's manual if you are unsure where the coolant reservoir tank is. Number 5, make sure that the radiator cap is cool before opening it. Pero yung mga bagong sakyan ngayon, separated na yung lagay ng tubig para dun sa radiator. Slowly twist it off with the towel and beware of any hot steam. If needed, fill coolant to the top of the radiator and put the radiator cap back on. Next, be sure that the upper or lower radiator hose, any of the heater hose have not been blocked disconnected or burst. And then after that, you must restart the engine and observe if the vehicle temperature is decreasing or decrease. Carefully monitor the temperature gauge, and if you see it crossing the optimal mark, pull over to a safe location and turn the engine off. Okay pa?
Okay? So, once na
Next.
kinonect natin si
So what if naman if you lost a brake
dito sa
or brake fade?
kailangan
Hindi kumagat ang preno or mahina ang preno. So brakes are one of the most crucial component of a car. So they help you slow down the vehicle or bring the car to a stand still. So it is also an essential piece of safety equipment as it can come to your rescue in emergencies. So what to do if your brake fails?
kailangan work together dito.
Someone is chatting. Ano yun?
Sir, choppy kayo, sir. Choppy. Choppy, sir. Choppy.
Choppy na kayo. Sir.
Man.
Choppy.
From
Bakit nga?
basic lang.
Pero di naman okay naman.
Ito yung ating ano.
Choppy pa, choppy.
Opo sir, putol-putol po.
Medyo.
Choppy. Ba't kaya choppy? Baka dahil nagre-record ako.
Di pa wata bayad sa internet ang besyo.
Bawal yun, ikaw talaga. Mamaya ipopost ko tong recording bago magsasalta ka ng negative. Okay, so may recording naman, and then kung medyo choppy ay paki-review na lang yung recording. I will share the recording later on. Hanggang ngayon, choppy pa ako. Hello.
Medyo, sir. Medyo, sir.
Medyo pa rin. So what we can do? Hindi ko alam kung bakit choppy. Chubby ako, alam ko.
Medyo okay.
Medyo okay na. Sige, pagtiyagain na muna natin. Basta yung presentation naman visible, di pagtiyagaan nyo na lang. Medyo madali naman yung topic, parang common sense naman.
Wabo, sir.
Sige. Let's go back. So, what to do if your brake fails? Una, syempre, always. Basta emergency, unang-una lagi, don't panic. Number 2, try the brakes again. Slowly. Number 3, carefully engage emergency brake. Yun yung pwedeng gawin. Slowly, i-lift nyo yung paa nyo sa accelerator pedal, and then slowly pressing the brake pedal. Kung hindi kumakagat, slowly engage emergency brake. And number 4, downshift into lower gear. So, pwedeng unahin munang mag-lower gear and then saka mag-emergency brake. Number 5, safely get off the road. Siyempre, tatabi ka. Number 6, don't turn the car off until you stop. Number 7, signal for help. And number 8, get your brakes inspected by a professional. Pero yung iba, ginagawa commonly kapag ka nagkaroon ng ganitong emergency na walang preno, nagsisignal agad sila ng hazard para ma-notify yung iba na merong emergency. Okay, next, tire skid. So when we say tire skid, okay, dulas, yan. As you can see in the picture, may mga mark ng goma. Kapag kami mga mark ng goma ang kalsada, ibig sabihin may mga dumudulas-dulas sa kalsada. So tire skid, a skid occurs when there isn't enough friction between tire and road. This can happen when driving in a wet or icy conditions, or stopping suddenly, or entering a turn at a high speed. So kalimitan nangyayari yung biglang dumudulas kapag yung bigla-biglang na preno, lalo kung ang kalsada ay madulas o kaya pasa. And then kung halimbawa bigla pa lang kakanan o kakaliwa, tapos mabilis yung speed. So there are two different kinds of skid. Una, yung front wheel skids, at saka yung pangalawa, rear wheel skids. Dumulas yung una o kaya dumulas yung ulihan. Okay? So, when we say front wheel skid, a front wheel skid occurs when the entire car starts drifting in a direction other than the driver's intended course. This type of skid tends to occur when a driver enters a curve too quickly. If your car enters a front wheel skid, ease of the accelerator. If you are driving a car with manual transmission, you should depress the clutch. With your eyes, focus on your target and try to steer the car back on course. So if you don't regain control of the car within 2 to 3 seconds, so ang dapat nyong gawin ay depress the brake lightly. Wag full stop agad ang gagawin. So ang iba kaya nag-i-skid dahil sobrang bilis minsan ng takbo if you know full stop. Kaya ang tendency, nag-i-skid ang gulong. So if your car doesn't have the anti-lock brakes or the ABS, pump the brakes lightly. Okay? Braking will help to transfer power to the front of the car, and braking too suddenly, however, can cause putol. Can cause, wait, ating data ng phone. Can cause the wheels to lock, which will make the skid worse. Okay? So, ang sunod, yung tinatawag nating rear wheel skid. So, ang dumulas naman na yung ulihan. So, a rear wheel skid occurs when the back end of the car slides out to the right or left. This is also known as fishtailing. Okay, ang dumulas ay yung likod. So, at some point, at least one person has probably told you to turn into the skid. He or she was talking about what to do if our car fishtails. However, this advice can be misleading. Say that the back end of the car suddenly slides out to the right. So you don't want to turn your wheel sharply to the right as well. So especially if you are traveling at a high speed. So you want to turn to the right just enough to straighten out the car. Bring the front wheels back in line with the rear wheels. So this is why focusing on a target is helpful to prevent you from over-correcting. So as you turn, slowly ease off the accelerator and avoid tempting to brake suddenly. So in short, to avoid skidding, kapag tayo ay nasa overspeeding o kaya too much speed, ang pinakamainam natin gawin palagi ay to slow down and then saka slightly brake and then saka mag full brakes. Okay pa? Can you follow? Hello? Hello po? Can you follow? Am I audible?
Sa record na lang, sir.
Choppy pa rin?
Yes, sir.
Choppy pa rin. Sorry.
Sir, nawawala kayo.
Wala konti.
Pero
Konti
yung
lang.
pero yung presentation nakikita naman. Nawawala din. Pero sa akin di naman kayo nawawala. Ba't ganun?
Nawawala din sa presentation.
Minsan meron, sir. Minsan wala.
Okay. Okay, yan. Fire. Kita? Okay, so the next topic is all about fire. What if naman nagkaroon ng sunog sa gitna ng kalsada or biglang nagliyab yung kotse nyo or motor or sasakyan ninyo? So some car fires are caused by it's either collisions. So there are more often caused by problem, and sometimes it can be the cause may be electrical wirings with a vehicle electrical wirings. So fuel system or even cigarette left in the car can be a possible for fire, leaving the engine to catch fire. And your best line of defense is to have these systems checked out at very service call. So yun. Choppy pa rin. Choppy pa rin.
Medyo, sir. Medyo.
Okay, so what if you have a vehicle fire? So ano daw pwedeng gawin kapag nakakita kayo ng nasusunog na sasakyan. So if you smell smoke or see flames coming from your car while you are driving, knowing what to do can prevent injuries or even save lives. It's important to remain calm but act quickly. Una,
Bubuo sa tukoy.
tama, stop the car and turn off the ignition. Number 2, get every person out of the car and don't allow anyone to go back to retrieve personal items. Ang mas mahalaga ay buhay kaysa may iwang gamit. Ano? Next, move far from the burning vehicle to avoid the flames and toxic fumes, at least 100 feet kasi may mga pwedeng tumalsik. And also keep bystanders back. And next, call the nearest fire department if possible. Kung meron ka namang fire extinguish. Alert on coming traffic if possible. Next, what if naman nagkaroon ng rollover? So, rollover. So, a rollover is an accident in which the vehicle tips or flips over to its roof or side. Yan, nagpabalintong-belentong baga ang sasakyan. Tawag doon rollover. Any car can roll over, but most rollovers occurs in vehicle dun sa mga sakyan na with high center of gravity like a pickup truck or an SUV. O kaya naman yan yung mga overspeeding tapos nag-suddenly stop and then hindi na control yung cruise, so nagkakaroon ng rollover o nagpapablentong-blentong o kaya bumangga tapos sobrang bilis, di siya ay nag-flip. Okay pa? Next, what are the things to do when your call rolls over or when your car rolls over? So una, you must ready yourself for the rollover. So nasa loob ka ng sakyan, talagang dapat naka-seatbelt ka. So pag nagro-roll over, wala ka na magagawa dahil nasa loob ka na, edi magdasal ka na lang kung mabubuhay ka pa, joke. Okay, ready yourself for the rollover, yung nagsabi. Number 2, so gumugulong-gulong na, remain calm ka pa rin and check for injuries after the rollover. Number 3, of course, if you are in the state of mind, turn off the engine. Number 4, exit the vehicle if possible. And number 5, stay clear of traffic. Okay pa? Nakuha? Nakuha po? Hello po. Nakuha po? Choppy pa rin. Choppy pa rin. Next.
Yes, sir.
So, yung tinatawag
Yes, sir.
nating road crash. Yung road crash banggaan. Road crash banggaan.
Another question? Before we go to the next.
None, sir. Road crash. So, una, check if anyone is hurt. Kasi nagkaroon ng banggaan. Check your passengers. Check yourself. Number 2, make sure to take pictures of the accident. Yung iba, hindi lang pictures. They prioritize to capture videos. Ano? Number 3, move your vehicle off to the side of the road if possible, kung kaya pa. Ano? Number 4, let the investigator take command of the situation and institute measures to prevent the accident from getting worse if possible. Number 5, exchange information with the other driver. Number 6, contact your insurance company and know what your policy covers. And number 7, file an accident report with the police department. Next, this is one of the most important thing na dapat alam nating lahat. Ano? During emergency, wala tayong magagawa or wala tayong pwedeng asahan kundi unang-una ang ating mga sarili at yung mga taong nakapaligid sa atin. Kaya it is very basic na dapat tayo at lahat ng mga nakapaligid sa atin ay marunong ng first aid. So, first aid, before providing care, put on protective gloves or use a barrier between you and the victim. So, to reduce the chance of disease transmission while assisting the injured person, cleanse your hand thoroughly with soap and water when finished. Okay. Next. So, in asking for basic first aid treatment, you can call 911 or any emergency hotlines for us, kagaya ng tawag doon ng Red Cross for medical assistance, halimbawa, or any nearest emergency facilities. Number 2, keep victim lying down. Kaya sometimes when you see accident, there are instances na hindi talaga advisable na galawin yung na-aksidente. Because kung gagalawin natin sometimes, mas madadamage yung na-aksidente. Kaya mapapansin nyo sa mga aksidente, may mga instances na hindi ginagalaw yung biktima. Number 3, apply direct pressure using a clean cloth or sterile dressing directly on the wound. Number 4, do not take out any object that is lodged in a wound and see a doctor for help in removal. Number 6, if there are no signs of fracture in the injured area, carefully elevate the wound above the victim's heart. And then number 7, once bleeding is controlled, keep victim warm by covering with a blanket, continuing to monitor for shock. Commonly, kapag nagkaroon ng aksidente o merong emergency, tapos merong pagdurugo, ang pinaka first aid doon ay tigilin ang pag-ampat ng paampatin ang dugo, kasi ang kalimitang ikinamamatay ng mga tao kapag may involved na dugo ay yung pagkaubos ng dugo. Next. Okay, so that's the end of the first part. Okay po. So, may questions po sa emergency handling? May questions po sa emergency handling?
Wala.
Okay, if none, we will now proceed with the next presentation. Emergency.
Maria rin. Hindi ko na. Sige. Pinarawa mo ko. Dali, medyo lang hindi yung pangalan niya kasi hindi ko dyan. Sobrang liit mo yung pangalan. Third name nyo, medyo maraming recognize. Nakalimutan mo. Sige tayo. Pakita na.
Okay, next topic is all about post-driving routine. Okay. So,
gagamitan mo ngayon. Kasi yung mga spot nila. Gagamitan mo ito.
So what are the driving routines? So driving abbreviations, known as routines, help to make the process of learning to drive and safely easier for learners to remember. The driving test routes are designed for each and every driving test center to incorporate many and left-right turns and junctions of all types. So there are proper parking for four wheels and motor cycles. So as you can see, if you will go to in a certain area, meron tayong designated parking area for four wheels and motorcycles. Number 1, park only at designated areas. Do not attempt to push your luck by leaving your bike in a corner or in a sidewalk that is not intended for motorcycle parking. Baka pagbalik nyo, wala na yung inyong motor. Number 2, don't jump the line. The habit of skipping right to the front of the line just to be ahead of others seems to be inherent in many Filipinos. Number 3, maintain proper spacing in between motorbikes. When you see that it's already impossible to fit your leg in between the parked bikes, it would be advisable, not to mention safer, to look for another parking space instead. And a cramped slide might not only lead to an accident as you force yourself and your motorcycle into a tight spot. Number 4, don't lock the steering wheel when you are parked, bike is blocking another unit para maigalaw no lalabas ahead of you yung kanyang unit. Kaya wag maglalak ng bike kung alam mo makakablock ka dun sa papalabas na nakapark. Next, not even if you'll be away for just a few minutes, give the security guards the means of moving your bike to make way for another motorcyclist vacating the parking area. Next, number 5, always Number 5, always return a bike back to its original position after moving it to get your motorcycle out of a tight spot. So there are some parking authorities that allow double parking, but this arrangement should require riders to be responsible enough to move other bikes back to where they were originally. Number 6, follow the painted lines. The long row of parallel lines in some motorcycle parking area is not there only for aesthetics. Those lines are there for a purpose, to guide the riders in parking their motorcycle in ordinary formation. So this arrangement allows for equal space between the motorbikes and to guide the riders in parking their motorcycles in an orderly formation. So this arrangement allows for equal space between the motorbikes. Number 7, never leave your trash on the seat of the bike next to yours. So this is a clear sign of disrespect for others. So all you have to do is walk a few meters and we're pretty sure that you'll find a garbage bin. Next, security of the vehicle parking. So the basic thing to do is use ample lighting. So is your parking lot lighting sufficient in parking area? So your facility should have bright illumination for driving and pedestrian areas, but also needs to minimize shadows beyond these areas where attackers could hide. Stairwells, elevators, areas of refuge, and the exterior parts of parking areas are all high-risk locations. So nowadays, ang ginagawa na ng mga parking areas na mga binabayaran, naglalagay sila ng CCTV cameras. Okay? Ano pa ang ginagawa nila? Installing access control. So, controlling the ease and limitation of access to areas of parking, lot, or garage makes your facility more secure. Number 3, practice impeccable facility maintenance. Replacing a burnout light quickly does more than keep your lot well lit. Sending the message that your parking lots are thoroughly maintained signals to would be offenders that the area is receiving consistent intention para magkaroon ng discipline yung mga nagpapark. Okay? Next. Okay, high guard patrols. So, dapat mayroong patrollers. So, having security officers patrol your parking lot is a standard method to increase the safety of those using your facilities. And number 5, implement surveillance system. So, nowadays, requirement na talaga na mayroong CCTV cameras. Lalo sa mga hotels at saka sa mga may mga mamahaling sasakyan. Where there is a greater visibility, there's less crime. In addition to measures like access control, landscaping, and adequate lighting, installing a CCTV system makes it easier to monitor activity within your parking areas. Number 6, install phones and panic buttons. Emergency phones and panic buttons are easily installed and highly effective at making parking lots more safe. And then number 7, use clear signage Communication is one of the key parking lot safety tips for an alternative security program. Kaya minsan pagka magpa-park ka sa isang building na parking area, minsan ang hirap mag-navigate kung saan ka pupunta kasi minsan sala-sala or hindi mo basta makita yung arrow. Minsan kung kakaliwa ka ba, kakanan, So, siguro na-experience yun na rin yan, Lalo dun sa mga nagdadrive. So, installing the signage to communicate with pedestrians, drivers, and potential criminals are key to improving safety. Messages should be simple and familiar. Okay po? So, that's the end of second topic. Questions? Do you have any clarifications for post-driving routine?
Wala man, sir.
Wala naman. Madali lang naman kasi siya. Okay, so we will now proceed with the next topic. Dami tayo madidiscuss ngayon.
Ang pinaka-identity niya, ang pinaka-purpose niya para i-lessen yung noise na nagagawa generation ko na kaya physical flux. So electrically, you need to speak physical flux para maalaman nila kung saan ba talaga nagagawa.
Okay, our next topic is driver perception and awareness. Okay. So commonly, wrong perception and misaware, or there is if a driver has no enough awareness, so ito yung mga nagiging common cause ng mga road rage, accident, at saka mga emergencies. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang senses or perception ng driver is not working accurately, dyan tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. So, meaning, driver perception and awareness should be increased and should be always maximized in terms na tayo ay nasa kalsada. Kaya nga, pagka tayo ay nagdadrive, kailangan ay gumagana ang ating senses. Nakakakita, nakakarinig, at nakakadama. At the same time, kailangan aware tayo if the approaching vehicle will affect our safety. Next. So, when we say perception, it can be considered to be situation awareness for dangerous situations in the traffic environment.
The source of power come from the electric power.
The RE is a long history of research into a hazard perception. So, therefore, in which drivers are required to detect potential dangers, usually in field or road scenes. So, what is driver perception? So, when we say perception, risk perception refers to driver experience of risk in potential traffic hazards. Risk perception is determined by the information of the potential hazards in traffic environment and on the ability of the driver to perceive potential hazards resulting into actual accident. So when we say driver perception, ibig sabihin malayo pa lang, 2 to 3 or 5 meters away pa lang. So alam mo na if the man or woman approaching will tatawid o kaya naman ay pwede mong mabangga. O kaya naman yung paparating na sakyan, naiisip mo na kung siya ay masasabitan mo or hindi or babanggain ka and vice versa. So that is driver perception. Ahead of time, naiisip mo na agad kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari at para magkaroon ka ng corrective actions para maiwasan mo yung mga masasamang posibleng mangyari. So that is driver perception. So how does perception affect driving? So first is the positive relation is between eyes on the road and perceived changes. So, ibig sabihin, if you see any commotion or any movement or any actions or any pictures or any possible instances,
Kasi yung linear converters natin, meron tayo ginagawin kasi different types of rectifier circuit. So,
wala internet.
rectifier circuit, pag sinabi natin rectifier is a device that converts the sinusoidal DC voltage into either positive or negative passing DC. Yung ating PN junction diode or yung ating rectifier diode
Ay, sorry po.
can conduct ng ating forward bias and conduct right reverse bias na yung ating rectifier diode or linear distinction diode.
Pawala-wala ang aking internet.
So,
Okay, so welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this indicates that the driver who are more attentive to what is happening in the traffic environment and pay more attention are more likely to notice and perceive changes within the traffic environment. So meaning if there are chances that na magkakaroon ng problema, kung ikaw ay isang attentive and perceived driver or more perceived driver, sabihin maiiwasan possible na maging problema. Okay, next. So, what does awareness means when you are driving? So, awareness when you are driving is sometimes called situational awareness. It refers to a driver's need to actively pay attention to everything on the road, including other vehicles, pedestrians, road signs, and safety hazards in order to avoid accidents. So, as usual, my internet connection is always nawawala.
Wala, sir.
Yes, nawawala. So, paki-review na lang ng recordings ko maya-maya. I will share and upload it on my channel. So, perception is not only creates our experiences of the world around us, it allows us to act within our environment. Perception
So, yung ating linear voltage regulator is to convert with varying DC voltage. So, ating specifically our DC voltage. So, in addition, we open to wide and green field function to protect the power supply and load from the overcome, which is excessive potentially destructive. So, the constant output voltage is shared in the power supply. Then, ito yung ating linear voltage regulator diagram. Use a output voltage. Kasi meron siyang high frequency rectifier in the voltage. So, meron din siyang shift or different stages. Okay. So, iba yung sa linear, iba yung sa switch na. Ang ating pagpipilihan na balancing ating half-wave rectifier, full-wave rectifier
hello po.
and full-wave rectifier circuits.
Okay, so perception is not only creates our experience of the world around us, so it allows us to act within our environment. So perception is very important in understanding human behavior as well, because every person perceives the world and approaches life problems differently. So aside from that, they also make a good value for businesses and organizations alike. So having up-to-date knowledge on road safety can help prevent the dangers of the road and save the business from damages and
You
liabilities.
take one tayo. The other one is the weight.
Okay po, so that's the end of our third
We have
topic.
equal weight.
So we will now proceed
Dalawa natin ginamit na tayo. Tapos yung ating full brake.
with the next topic.
Yung ating full brake. Equal.
Okay, so our fourth topic is road safety
Ang
laws.
ating full brake, once yung ating AC signal, connect doon sa ating diode. Ang flow ng ating current ay from here.
Okay, next is the transportation road and safety laws. So we have okay, so we have the RA number 4136 or the Land Transportation and Traffic Code. Number 2, we have the RA number 10054 or the Motorcycle Helmet Act of 2009. And number 3, we have the RA number 10586. We have the Anti-Drug and Drug Driving Act of 2013. And we have the RA number 10913, the Anti-Distracted Driving Act. So, under RA number 4136 or the LTO Traffic Code, an act compiled the laws relative to land transportation and traffic rules to create a land transportation commission and for the other purposes. So, the scope of act, the provision of this act control as far as they apply the registration and operation of motorcycle vehicles and the licensing of owners, dealers, conductors, drivers, and similar matters. So the commissioner shall receive an annual compensation of 20,580 pesos and the deputy commissioner an annual compensation of 18,636 pesos. So the commissioner shall be responsible for the administration of this act and shall have in connection therewith the following powers and duties. So as you can see in the pictures, ang LTO ang responsible para sa panguhuli at pag-implement na traffic rules and regulations. Number 2, the RA number 10054 or the Motorcycle Helmet Act of 2009. So this act is mandating all motorcycle riders to wear standard protective motorcycle helmets while driving and providing penalties thereof. So under the policy, it is hereby declared that the policy states to secure and safeguard its citizenry, particular the operators or drivers of motorcycles and their passengers from the ruinous and extremely injurious effects of fatal or life-threatening accidents and crashes. So it is a mandatory use of motorcycle helmets. So all motorcycles riders, including drivers and back riders, shall wear approved and appropriate motorcycle helmets. Shall at all time wear standard protective motorcycle helmets while driving, whether a long or short drives in any type of road and highway. So there is always also exemption. Drivers of tricycles shall be exempted from complying with the mandatory wearing of motorcycle helmet as prescribed in the Act. So the Department of Transportation and Communication with its attached agency and the LTO is mandated by this Act to issue guidelines necessary to implement the provisions of this Act. So penalties. So failure to wear the standard protective motorcycle helmet or failure to require the back rider to wear the standard protective helmet has the following offenses. First offense, 1,500. Second offense, 3,000. Third offense, 5,000. And fourth offense and succeeding offenses, 10,000. So, letter B, any seller or dealer who violates Section 5 of this Act shall be punished with a fine of not less than 10,000 pesos, but not more than 2,000 pesos. So any person who use, sells, and distributes substandard motorcycle helmets or other which do not bear the PS mark or the ICC certificate shall be punished with a fine of not more than less than 3,000 pesos for the first offense, 5,000 pesos for the second offense, without prejudice to other penalties imposing the Republic Act of 7394 of the Consumer Act of the Philippines. Wait, is my presentation visible pa? Nakita po ba?
Sir, maliliit.
Maliliit. Sige, slideshow. Ayan.
Hindi sir nagbabago. Oh!
Hindi nagbabago. Okay, next. RA number 10586. An act penalizing persons driving under the influence of alcohol, dangerous drugs, and similar substances, and for other purposes. So this act shall be known as the Anti-Drunk and Drug Driving Act of 2013. So, punishable act, it shall be unlawful for any person to drive a motor vehicle with under the influence of alcohol. So, pagka napara kayo na kayo ay lasing, huli. Ano? So, ang iba ang ginagawa, pinapalakad, at kung may breathalyzer, yung nanguhuli, paano kayo dun sa breathalyzer. So, dangerous drugs and other similar substances. Section 7, mandatory alcohol and chemical testing of drivers involved in motor vehicle accidents. Section 8, refusal to subject oneself to mandatory test. Next, penalties. If the violation of Section 5 did not result in any physical injuries or homicide, the penalty of 3 months imprisonment and a fine ranging from 20,000 to 80,000 pesos shall be imposed. If the violation of Section 5 resulted in physical injuries, the penalty provided in Article 263 of the Revised Penal Code or the penalty provided in the next preceding subparagraph, whichever is higher, in a fine ranging from 100,000 pesos to 200,000 shall be imposed. Ano na dyan, Jude, yung ano? Ang verdict sa iyo, letter A or B? A. B.
B.
May verdict na ga?
Yes,
Okay, next. If the violation of Section 5 resulted in homicide, the penalty provided in Article 249 of the Revised Penal Code and a fine ranging from 300,000 pesos to 500,000 shall be imposed. The non-professional driver's license of any person found to have violated Section 5 of this Act shall have to be confiscated and suspended for a period of 12 months for the first conviction and perpetually revoked for the second conviction. The professional driver license of any persons found to have violated Section 5 of this Act shall be confiscated and perpetually revoked for the first conviction.
Taong 2015 pa nang pasimulan ang implementation ng Anti-Drunk and Drug Driving Act. Pero sa paglipas ng panahon, marami pa rin po ang mga nahuhuli na nagmamaneho ng lasing. Kaya naman po, mas hinigpitan pa ng Land Transportation Office ang pagpapatupad nito. At para malaman at mas maintindihan po natin ang naturang batas, narito ang ating Manibela Academy. Ngayong
kailangan na